Yo, what is up guys? Theodore here, Poison Productions. Welcome to the beat making sessions day number 1. So this is going to be a very random workflow series. So be very patient because I'm giving some gems here on my production and mixing techniques. Stay really tuned to this series. Is going to come up every 2 weeks as a start. Stay really patient, stay close, stay tuned. Let's do this right after the intro. Let's go! Listen to how it goes. Now note down that this is not a mixed version, this is only me doing the arrangement of the beat, and probably it's going to be a 3-minute beat or somewhere around there. So far we have the intro. Okay, the verse. Another verse, and then we have the break. Yeah, the break is here, I think. Okay, let's see now how we continue from this. Hi-hats. And I think we had the Perc Loop earlier on, so let's have this in the game again. Copy and yeah, maybe I'm going to change the hi-hats when these enter, in order for them to be a little more separated from the hi-hats, because these two come in my left and my right channel. So if these two are panned, you know, auto-panned left and right, and these two again are auto-panned left and right, just because of the nature of the sound, they won't sound so good together. So that's why we probably have to change our hi-hats in order to make them more hearable, if this makes sense. But first of all, let's see how we can add the second layer to our hi-hats to make them more interesting. Let's see what type of hats we have here on the samples here. So I'm going to go with probably one of my favorites. So let's go to drums. Okay, let's make sure this isn't the same. Okay, this is from Kashmir's. Probably I'm going to go with this. So we'll go here on the hi-hat pitched. Let's assign a new color to this and arm this and then double click. Let's listen to this on solo. Okay, let's make some variations. So let's random pan them left and right. Maybe the pitch a little more higher. Okay, so what I'm currently doing is creating a second layer which is going to have more pitch variations. So these notes are not all needed here. So let's go to our basic note here. Put this on fold, yeah. Okay, so those two are not needed. So 1.3 and 3.3, these are the points where the snare hits in. we want to test out if this is going to clash with the snare. So let's go to the MIDI control view here, the pitch bend control here, and then let's create something like this, which is doing something like. Okay, something like this. Let's also have this here. And let's have this doing the exact opposite. Alt and drag makes this little curve that I like to do. Okay, let's see how this affects our whole mix now. Okay, I'm saying too many times the word let's, so YouTube don't ban me for saying the word let's too many times. Okay, this is not so well mixed so far, so that's why we can't hear this so much. Let's see how we can continue on mixing our hi-hats. Okay, without this. Now, what you can do to make more cutting edge, pointy your hi-hats, this means create an attack. We can use a plugin that's called Neutron 2 for the transient shaper. Now, there are many transient shapers you can use. You can use also Shaper Box, and you can use also the, if you're using Ableton, the drum bass transient shaper preset. So if you go over to audio effects and then drum bass and then transient shaping enhance. So I'm going to use this and let's see how we can continue. Okay, way more different. Okay, we do not need any boom just because this is a hi-hats, and let's EQ also this. Okay, I'm doing some small mixing here, can't avoid this. And how this. Okay. I think we have too much of a tail here, so let's go and fade it out a little. And maybe change the pitch to 3. No, this is way too much. Okay, change this to 50 maybe. So this is changing how you hear from your left and your right. So if this is something like an auto pan, if you're using auto pan, it's exactly the same. It's random panning left and right your hi-hats. And this is way too used in trap genres. Okay, it's way more profound now and hearable. Let's decrease this a lot. And let's copy the same one to here. In fact, let's do something different here. I'm going to drag this preset here. And what this is doing is it's highlighting its decay. So it's going to have more of a tail to this rather than attack. So in order to use this also on the source of our sound, what do we mean? Let's have this on 1 and let's go to 1 shot and just small fade in. That's a different thing to have This is way too loud. Let's turn this off. And so different thing to have this, and it's a different thing to have this. Okay, so this is more of an attack hi-hat, and now this is more of a smooth fade-in hi-hat. And in fact, if you play either with the timing, so this means delay this for like maybe 2 milliseconds later than this one, it's going to have some unified attack, decay, sustain, release. Imagine this like one sound, one layer, this added to this. This is going to have the tail, and this is going to have the attack. Okay. I think it sounds as smooth as we like. But it is not sounding loud enough in order to overcome this, to surpass this, actually. Now it's way more louder. We want it just loud enough to surpass our basic hi-hats and also create some variation there. Nothing less, nothing more. Okay, and now we have the other section, which is the perks. So let's also divide this into a new marker, and I'm going to name this like 1.3. Yeah, 1.3, and this is going to be the 1.new hat pattern. And as you see, every 8 bars I have something new to the game. Like, you know, how this progression is moving on the whole beat. Now, what we're going to do to actually make those stand out a little more is probably decrease a little more the reverb, first of all. Or even set this to an auxiliary track. So I'm going to cut this from here, and I'm going to use an auxiliary track like this one, Reverb Perc Loop. Extremely important is to rename always your channels related to the exact name you have and not just random numbers and names. So that's why I'm doing this right here. And I'm also changing the color, as you see, in order for every sound to have its own color. So this is more of a mid-frequency percussion. So that's why I'm going to set it to another color, a little more darker. Okay, sometimes I even like to play with those type of stuff because just from the color you can see where it is frequency wise. So okay, cool. Okay, and let's assign this 100% to the reverb. And probably we'll have to change the hi-hat pattern. This and this. Now, the trick here is to actually not use the hi-hat at the same time with the perc loop, okay? Because this will make them clash. Just because we're using the same stereo image on the field. This means left and right. That's why we need to see and decide what instrument is going to play there and which instrument is going to draw the attention more of the listener, if that makes sense. So this is our new pattern now. And I think this sounds it already a little more interesting. Okay, the key is this, to draw a little more the attention every time with something different, something new to the game. And at this time here is the perc loop. At the earlier point here on the 1.2, it was the hi-hats. And yeah, earlier on, it moves on in a similar way. Activate again this. And even with the other pattern here, I can hear it perfectly. And this means that this doesn't clash with this, you know, the hi-hats pitched doesn't clash with the perc loop. Okay, this is the last one. Amazing. So this is our new pattern. Let's set this to a new brand color. Great. Okay, cool. Cool. But let's close this video. I hope you really like this. I'm going to continue this bit in another beat making session. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please leave a like below, because it also helps us in the algorithm, and also it gives me feedback in order to move on. Okay, do you like these videos or not? This bit is going to continue probably another beat making session I'm going to post here on YouTube. And also, if you want to learn more brief tricks and tips and tricks and all this clickbaity stuff, I have this all into Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, of course, so you can check them out if you like. Give a big smile to yourself, stay creative, whatever you do, crush it. Bye.